All right, you guys, just had a lot of rain yesterday. Even the begonias liked it. I think yesterday, over about 12 hours, I got around 4 inches of rain. And we're still at the very end of the front, is still moving through. The Ajuga love getting that rain. It is not on the drip system. Just letting you see what even my hanging basket is hanging on. It's my Rose of Sharon. This is a sugar tip Rose of Sharon from Proven Winners. You can see the variegation in the leaves. I have one in front as well, I'll show you. My Sedum is doing pretty good. It depends on the type of Sedum, but some of them flop when there's too much rain. Except for Autumn Joy Sedum. Does great no matter what, it seems. In my yard anyway. I have clay soil living in mid-Missouri. My Viburnum Mauricii is doing well. I might be pruning some of its branches away from the variegated dogwood there. There's the Pinky Winky Prime. The rock garden is doing pretty good still, even with the invasion of the lamb's ear. So this sedum has split. I'll be cutting it back shortly. If nothing else, just to get it out of the way of the other sedum. And I think this is my other Viburnum Mauricii. And I'm going to prune back some of its lower limbs where it's encroaching on other plants. This hardy geranium that I had cut back in the early summer is sending out new flower stalks, got tons of buds on it. It has real pretty blue, purpley flowers. When you show you the generous gardener up here, this is a vanilla strawberry that flops real bad every year, but it's doing better. It used to never have these that would stay. Once the panicle hydrangeas are in my garden for about 5 or 6 years, they do just like the limelight right up here. Hardly any flopping at all. This is a firelight hydrangea, and there's one right behind it as well. So this firelight is flopping quite a bit. I have it bucked up. That's okay. I'll be cutting some of these blooms to dry later on today. I've been in the process of drying some of my hydrangea blooms. Here's the other firelight, and it is not hardly drooping at all. Here's my generous gardener. Remember, I had to cut back all of its canes due to that freeze we had in late March. But this is its new cane. I've already wrapped it around the trellis. And another cane over here. And it's doing well. My creeping Jenny is doing its best to overtake those wild strawberry things. And all of my white swan came back again this year, doing great. I'll show you the front yard in a minute. Here's the front. The geraniums are doing good. The begonias continue to take up way more than their fair share of space, but I'm loving it. This one, even though it was pushed back, it's still got plenty of water from that rain. In my succulent container, just loving. I'm definitely going to make more of these next season. So pretty and interesting. Such cool architecture in a plant. See, this Rose of Sharon, I think gets a little bit more sun than the other one. They were planted at the same time. This one has gotten much taller and blooms more every year. Let's see. Just love the bloom on this. See, there's little holes. The Japanese beetles like the Rose of Sharon as well, but luckily, you know, each of those flowers falls off every day. So it doesn't really affect the overall appearance. Like here's a spent bloom. You can see there's a Japanese beetle in there, but that bloom will be falling off and one of these other ones will be taking its place. It's just the rose blooms that they really affect, because the rose blooms would last, you know, for days, but they get all chewed up and they're sitting there all chewed up. And all my Sedum here, Autumn Joy, is doing well. Other than every year something eats the very tips of the leaves, takes little bites out. But then you can see the new growth, the leaves are fine. It's just something in the early spring that chews on their first leaves, but it won't affect their bloom at all. I collected a little bit of rainwater here in my buckets. You guys, it's so cool outside right now. I think it's 65 degrees. So wonderful. Peaches is loving it, for sure. She loves the cooler weather. And all of my hardy geraniums that I planted this year are doing amazing. Like, I planted this year. This one was planted last year, and I would say they're about the same size. And of course, the Siberian irises and the Louisiana iris are loving all the rain. And my annual salvia that keeps coming back, looking good. You can see one of my begonias back there. And this autumn joy sedum is closer to the house, hardly gets chewed on at all. It's a little bit more sparse just because it doesn't get as much light, but you can see, even in the shade, autumn joy sedum does great. Love it. Little lime punch. And I trimmed up my limelight here so I could see that hosta. Get some light to that situation. The other day, when I was mowing, here, let me show you behind the limelight. I took my grass clippings and put them on the ground behind the limelight. I always try to use my grass clippings as mulch. Look at the Alice oak leaf hydrangea. Doing great. So excited about this plant. Everything's doing great in this side yard area. Just yesterday I cut that back. There's a few weeds to take care of around here, but I'm really still loving this dead hedge that I installed. I like the overall effect of it. I'll kind of step away so you can kind of see it from afar. And my blood good Japanese maple, still doing really well. Really like that effect of the dead hedge. Really nice. And then with the rest of the garden having those large rocks. Another viburnum. It was only 2 feet tall when I planted it 3 years ago. I'm pretty sure it's only been 3 years, maybe it's been 4, and it's already taller than me, and I'm 6 feet tall. It's just one of those cranberry viburnums, cranberry bush viburnums. That's the fruit that it produces from the flowers. That's one the birds haven't gotten, but they do a pretty good job of getting all the berries. There's not many left. Here's some more the birds have not found. But you can see most of the sprigs, there's only like maybe one berry left or no berry left. The birds love them. All right, and I'll show you the other side yard. This is a bed I haven't planted yet. I'm still figuring it out. This is a storm-proof Incredible hydrangea from Proven Winners. And this is a comparable one from, what's that other nursery's name? I can't think of it right now, but I'm comparing the two. This one was a larger pot. This was a smaller one, but they're so far in their first season, they're both storm-proof. And storm-proof is in both of their names, I believe, not just the Proven Winners one. And then I've got my hostas over here by my trellis. And this, of course, is my tulip tree. And bring you on back into the backyard. The birds are trying to get to the feeder, so I'm going to go inside and make a cup of tea so the birds can have their breakfast. Hope everyone has a great day.